Hey guys, just want to start this episode out with a little bit of an ad here. You're going to love it, all right? Don't worry about it. It's hockey related. It's for the Ultimate Goalie Showdown in Ogden, August 29th, 4 p.m., Weber Ice Sheet. It's going to be a ton of fun. What this is a little bit of a charity hockey event that supports The Last Save, which is an organization. These guys do great work that supports families and children who are experiencing the hardships caused by mental health, substance abuse, and other trauma. We believe these struggles are deeply connected, according to The Last Save, and lasting recovery begins when we address them together. What a great cause, right? And it's a great way to unite the hockey community at the Ultimate Goalie Showdown. Again, they do these events all over. They just did one in Arizona. That was a ton of fun. And what's great is you'll see a lot of incredible hockey influencers playing a game. You'll have an opportunity to play as well. That's the kind of ticket they have. You can find out more at ultimategoalie.com. If you're interested in buying a ticket, contributing to this great cause, I've got a good deal for you. Enter the promo code SLC Puck for 10% off, and you'll see me on the ice. I'll be there having a lot of fun. I think Daniel Amesbury, who's known as Diamond Hands, minor league hockey brawler, will be there as well. I'll be avoiding punches from him. I don't think I'll be able to handle even a love tap from that guy, but it's going to be a ton of fun. I really hope to see you guys there. Be a great way to cool off, close out the summer strong, and support a great cause. So check out Ultimate Goalie Showdown at ultimategoalie.com. Don't forget the promo code SLC Puck for 10% off tickets. What's up, everybody? Welcome to SLC Puck. I'm your host, Austin Facer. Thank you for tuning in to a hockey podcast, taped from a basement, made in a basement, made with love. Today is July 23rd, 2025, which means, by Utah math, we're just one day away from one of our most beloved state holidays, perhaps our most beloved state holiday. I'm talking, of course, about Pie and Beer Day. There's no better way to celebrate than to crack open a cold one early, pour it into a mug, and do a hockey podcast from your basement. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Again, as I said, please like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on social media at SLC Puck on all your platforms. If you like what you see and you want to see more of it, a great way to support the show is to head to a little place I like to call, it's also a little place that John Oliver likes to call, BigTuskEnergy.com. Did a tirade all about how John Oliver stole my slogan last week, so thanks to those of you who slugged their way through that one. That was a fun little tirade. Again, I'm choosing to believe John Oliver took a lot of inspiration from me because I've taken a lot of inspiration from him. So anyway, BigTuskEnergy.com. I got a lot of great merch here. It's all less than 25 buckaroos. So get in there, get a tank, a hat, a t-shirt, whatever suits your fancy. A sticker even. Wow, sticker. You could put that on your bumper, the bumper of your car, or on your Stanley Cup water bottle, or on the bumper of your butt. I don't give a crap. Put it wherever the heck you want. It's a free country. That's what we're celebrating on Pie and Beer Day, everybody. It's a free country. So that's the July holiday, I think. Freedom, right? Something. They do fireworks tomorrow. It'll be fun. Had to take a quick hit of Kona Big Wave. We're with it. Hey, so thank you guys for tuning in. As we talked about last week, we didn't just talk about last week tonight. We talked about a prediction we had. That was episode 127. We're on episode 128 right now of SLC Puck. It wasn't a prediction so much as a calendar event, a scheduled meeting held by West Valley City. We'll just address this really quick, guys. We knew this was coming. This was this week's big news in local hockey news. West Valley City approved the sale of the Utah Grizzlies to Pro Hockey Partners. I'm reading the article right now on KSL.com by Carter Williams. The Utah Grizzlies are a step closer to relocating after its top minority partner, the minor league hockey team's home city, West Valley City, approved its sale to a group that plans to move the club. West Valley City leaders voted unanimously Tuesday night to approve a resolution authorizing the sale of the Grizzlies to Pro Hockey Partners LLC. Real clever. A key step towards completing the agreement. Although relocation is part of the proposed agreement, attorneys for the current and soon-to-be owners asked the city to not disclose the team's future location until the deal is finalized. All indications are, however, that the team is headed to the East Coast. Hot rumor is Trenton, New Jersey. Enjoy the heck out of that. Why don't you a little bit of a step down from the Salt Lake Valley, as we've said, as we've been covering this story. New Jersey. I mean, what can be said about New Jersey? Like Jersey Shore. You know, that's something, right? That's just one indication of what they'll be running into. Although, I don't think we have too much to talk about. I mean, there's not much we can say about the Jersey Shore and all the misbehavior that happens there. When here we have the secret wives of Mormon wives. Like that's kind of like oh man, can you imagine like a cage match between the casts of those two shows? Like who would come out on top? A hockey game between the casts of those two shows would really be something. Maybe the winner gets the Utah Grizzlies. I think that's an interesting idea. Regardless of like the fantasy, the world I choose to create in my mind, that's not going to be the case. The team's moving, probably going to New Jersey. This was announced that the Grizzlies' current ownership, the majority owners, the Elmore Sports Group, stated in June that they were going to be exploring a sale of the team, likely lead the relocation. So that is another chapter in the storied history of the Utah Grizzlies. The first version of the club was an AHL franchise. It actually is IHL, International Hockey League, that relocated from Denver to Utah once Colorado received an NHL franchise in the 90s, Colorado Avalanche. After the team relocated again to Ohio in the early 2000s, I believe they became the Lake Erie Monsters, I think, something like that. An ECHL franchise that had bounced around the country ended up in Utah in 2005. So we're currently experiencing the second iteration of the Grizzlies. They've remained in West Valley City ever since, but the team's future has come into question ever since longtime owner Dave Elmore ended in 2023 and since the NHL came to Utah in 2024. Again, a very kind of somewhat interesting turn of event. And Sammy and I, my sister, my very talented sister, very creative, very funny. She thinks she's smarter than me. She's not. She is. That's a joke. We were talking about this last week, and I really thought coming into the season, I was telling people this. I'm like, this is a big year for the Grizzlies. I had a meeting with the Grizzlies at the start of last season, around this time last year, actually, to maybe work on a partnership together. And I remember like we both parties, we felt like it was going to be a big year for the Grizz for West Valley. Like this surge of interest in hockey in Utah was going to benefit the Grizzlies, like people who maybe wouldn't be able to afford to go to a Utah hockey club game would swing on by the Maverick Center to check out the Grizz. It didn't happen that way. I don't know how much this impacted the sale. I think perhaps it did or didn't. I mean, I think it mostly had to do with the family dynamics of the Elmore family, just kind of getting older, wanting to get out of the biz. I know Dave says Dave Elmore's wife is sort of having health issues as well. But it was interesting to look at the attendance, and Sammy and I talked about this last week. Grizzlies games went down in attendance last year as compared to the year before. And I think there were like maybe a few reasons for that. Like for one, the tickets were probably a little too much. The Utah Hockey Club had the Smiths tickets for $10 to get in to see some NHL hockey. Obstructed view, still like a better experience. What does that tell you about minor league hockey, right? Also, like the concessions at the Maverick Center were like outrageous. We went to a couple Grizzlies games last year just for fun, and I was like pretty shocked at like how much they were charging for. I mean, just like a frickin' pretzel or something. Like it was like insane compared to the mountain menu that the Utah Hockey Club was acclaimed for, last season. So I think the Grizzlies kind of in a weird way like priced themselves out a little bit of the hockey market compared to the Utah Hockey Club, which was very interesting. But now it appears after this season, the 2025-2026 season, the Utah Grizzlies will be no more. They'll be headed to Trenton to become the Trenton trenches, the Trenton trench coats, the Trenton I don't even know what would, that's they'll figure that out. What the Trenton Hockey Club? Who knows? I mean, it was kind of an interesting arrangement. This Grizzlies franchise has had somewhat shaky ownership over the years. According to this reporting by Carter, West Valley City received a 40% minority stake in the team in 2009 in exchange for debt that the team owed the city at the time. According to West Valley City, that means the city was required to return on the sale, and it will receive 40% of the transaction. When that happens, it's unclear. Subject to ECHL approval. Curious to see like when that gets announced. When it does, the Grizzlies will probably celebrate the Swan Song season. Their home opener is October 24th, but at the same time, West Valley is. I'm reading here, setting the stage for the future of the Utah Grizzlies outgoing home, the Maverick Center. They awarded to elect a contract to EDA Architect, which will oversee cost estimates and renderings for a renovation of the arena, which includes seating replacement. They need that. The seats suck there. Interior and parking lot redesigns. Getting out of that parking lot's a huge pain, too. I don't know if you're... It's easy to get in, but getting out is a freaking nightmare. Tech and security systems updates. The Maverick Center was a venue during the 2002 Salt Lake City Winter Olympics and Paralympics and is on the list to be utilized again in 2034. I really hope, though, when they do the renovation, that they do something to preserve the autographs on the wall. I don't know if I've talked to you guys about this. I think I have. But, 2002, right? Olympics, gold medal, Canada, Lucky Looney, so much great hockey history took place in that building, and some of it's been preserved to a certain extent. I hope they find a way to keep it intact in like a storage closet. That's basically what they're using it for. They have these signatures on the walls of the 2002 Team Canada gold medal winning squad. You can see it's super cool. Like Mario, it's behind a sheet of plexiglass right now. That's Jerome Iginla's. I mean, the Iginla family means something to Utah once again. Tej plays for the Utah Mammoth. He's in the pipeline. That's a chirp from Owen Nolan, I believe. That's Mario Lemieux's big Lupin signature with the 66. Again, so many cool memories, right, from a really, really great hockey team that won a very significant gold medal, first gold medal. There's my sister Sam. Look at that. There's Sam Cam. I accidentally hit the Sam Cam button, so you can see Sammy playing on her phone right there. Hi, Sam. You look great. So Hi. Actually ping Sammy there. That's funny. She sits here and watches me record the show. I hope they find a way to preserve these walls in the renovation. I hope someone articulates how important these are. If I have to do it, I will. I will drive my butt down to West Valley on 33rd on Decker Lane and let them know that the walls must be preserved. If I have to, I will bring the walls back to me, and they will adorn the set of SLC Puck Studios. Don't let Mom hear that, Sam. She'll freak out if I'm bringing in, several dozen feet of broken plywood into the home, or sheetrock, I think it's called. But it's a somber thing. Again, the Grizzlies have had up and down history in Utah over 30 years since moving here from Denver. As I said, they had, they moved once, right? And then they came back as an ECHL franchise. And I truly do believe there are more chapters to be written in the history of hockey at the Maverick Center and perhaps in a team called the Utah Grizzlies. I think that would be ideal. I kind of forecasted what would be like an ideal affiliation time, chain down the ladder from the Mammoth, a team called the Utah Grizzlies in the AHL, as the first affiliate. And then in the ECHL, the Salt Lake, or I screwed this up last week, the St. George Golden Eagles. I think that could be a really fun thing that the real local hockey heads here would appreciate. Hey guys, really quick, as we close out the summer, we're getting close. We're getting into August. It's Pie and Beer Day tomorrow. I'm excited about that. It's a great Utah holiday, and what better way to celebrate it than with a great Utah tradition, getting married. And you need a ring to do that. A great place to get a ring, Payne Anthony Creative Jewelers or Jonathan's Jewelry. Go in there, just tell them you listen to SLC Puck. They'll knock $100 off of that ring for you. Hey, if you want to save even more dough, I've got a great opportunity for you too. Just scan this barcode right here. Actually, it's not a barcode, it's a QR code. Scan the QR code. You'll be prompted to send a message. Hit send on that sucker. You'll be entered to win a $250 gift card from Payne Anthony Creative Jewelers or Jonathan's Jewelry. We've been giving these away for quite a while now. Been an incredible partnership. We really appreciate Payne Anthony Creative Jewelers and Jonathan's Jewelry for their support of SLC Puck and hockey fans in Utah like you. Make sure you check them out. Payne Anthony Creative Jewelers is at Trolley Square. Jonathan's Jewelry is up in Cottonwood Heights, same ownership group. Great guys. We love them. We love their support, and we love you. Go get married, get a ring, do it now, save some money, say you listen to SLC Puck. Easy formula, folks. Let's get back to the show. But again, I just am of the belief that there's no way there's not going to be regular, consistent hockey programming in some form, minor league, ECHL, AHL. I think AHL makes sense to me in some way. They're not just going to let this building just sit here and wait to be used for some hockey in 2034. You know what I mean? I just think that's a big window when they're going to take a couple years, get it up tip-top shape, perhaps find a buyer who has big pockets, and then go through the process of perhaps putting an expansion AHL team in. I think that's the future for the Maverick Center and for hockey in West Valley. But this is the swan song. It's basically official at this point that the Grizz are gone. We'll have one more year with them, and it's a bummer. Again, the hockey in Utah has been here for a long time. That's like a big theme of the show that I talked about last summer. We talked about a lot on Nashcast. We had our good friend Dave Suter on with Tyson and I on an episode of Nashcast for a game last season. So it's sad to see like kind of a pillar of the hockey community head out. So hopefully the team's marketing and promotions department whips together some fun stuff to celebrate the team's run here in Utah. I have offered to be a part of that, so we'll see how that goes. I'll keep you guys updated. But hey, well, guess what, guys? Hey, let's turn the page. All right, let's do this. Let's turn the page on the conversation, and let's get into some more fun. Okay, we had to address some sad news here. I know you guys watch the show for a bit of fun. That's what I do. That's what I deliver. Do I have a fun sound effect? Yeah, the applause. Yeah, absolutely. See, now we're having fun. Now we're really getting into it, guys. We're not sad that the Grizzlies are leaving. We're having fun here, guys. The Utah Mammoth unveiled their schedule. I ran through that a little bit a few episodes ago. For the remainder of this episode, you're going to hear the melodious sound of my voice as I lay out to you guys what I think the 5 best home games, I should say, to go to. Now, say this. These are the games. If I had someone come up to me and say hey, Austin, you can go to 5 Utah Mammoth home games this year. Which 5 are you picking? I was trying to describe like a magical scenario when this happens. Maybe Harry Potter comes and says this. Maybe the genie from Aladdin says this. Maybe who else is magical? I don't know. Maybe just anybody. Just pick your favorite magical creature, and they laid out that scenario to me. These are the 5 I would pick. Okay, so let's pull up the schedule. The schedule, is that what you say? So first, we're getting close, guys. We're getting real close. We all know. It looks like our first, and I'm pulling up the schedule right here. It looks like our first look at the home schedule, first home game of the year is going to be this one right here, Saturday, because this game on October 2nd against the Kings, that's actually going to take place in Boise, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right? Or no, maybe I think it's an earlier one. I think it's an earlier one to take place. Yeah, this might be our first look at the Delta Center. Sorry, I should have this right, guys. I'm talking regular season. That's what we care about, right? First, the home opener with the full Mammoth experience. That's my first overall pick in this selection process for 5 games on the home schedule. We've got to see the Calgary Flames, Utah Mammoth. It's a new ice age, baby. There's going to be the full Mammoth game experience. We'll see like a cool new video on the ice. Maybe we'll see a mascot before then. Not to mention, it'll be like an awesome game on the ice. Utah obviously has like a little bit of a retooled forward group, right? I'm talking JJ Peterka. I'm talking, we all get to see like our favorites, Dylan Gunther, Clayton Keller. Don't forget Brandon Tanev will be out there, right? So this high-flying Utah offense against one of the best young goaltenders in hockey, Dustin Wolf. That's going to be a really, really good one. I think that matchup is pretty awesome, to tell you the truth. I think we're going to see a really great hockey game. I think we'll see Utah put a lot of shots on net, and those goals will be hard-earned, and we'll see how that shakes out. And just as a little treat, guys, I looked this up for you guys, the cost of all these games. This one on SeatGeek right now, going for $180 to get in to see Utah play Calgary. My second pick, guys, if I could pick any 5 games to see on the home schedule, this one's for all the Doanhers out here. And I'm telling you this, before I tell you the date, you probably know what I'm talking about. If they found a way to preserve these, like a few cases of these within the bowels of the arena, and I just really wanted to say the word bowels, really, they could make a fortune. They could charge whatever they wanted for these and make a killing. The story last year was how much beer they sold at the first Utah Hockey Club game. They could break that record for sales if they sold these. And what I'm holding in my hand, if you're just listening to me on Apple or Spotify, is a Red Bull Summer Edition White Peach. Delicious. A favorite of the Doanhers, who will be filling up the stands for Josh Doan and Michael Kesselring's return to Salt Lake City on November 12th when the Buffalo Sabres roll into town. That's also JJ Peterka playing against his former team. He plays against them in Buffalo a little bit earlier in the month, but this will be Doan and Kessel King's first appearance back in Utah after the trade this summer. That game's going for $79. Doanhers, get your pocketbooks out right now. Fill up the stands. I think we're going to see a lot of fun posters. I think the social media is going to be an absolute riot on the day of the game. That to me is a must go to. It really is. If nothing else, for the spectacle, really. Number 3 on my list of 10 games you must see this season if you're a Utah Mammoth fan is December 10th. The Florida Panthers, the defending champs, are in town. I believe it's their lone appearance in Utah this season. It's also a day when we might get an answer, a resolution finally to the question, where the heck did Matthew Tkachuk send his teammates? Was it Betos? Was it Red Iguana? Or was it my theory, Tkachuk-orama? Well, we won't know. Well, I think the week of that game, I think during morning skate, I think we will get our courageous media. I'm hoping Brogan Houston asks this for me. We'll get an answer to this on this day, December 10th. So mark that on your calendars. Also, a great hockey game. 2-time defending champs are in town. These guys play a really fun style of hockey. Dump and chase, bruise and cruise, ground and pound, up the middle. Like, it's going to be a good matchup here. My 4th matchup, if I could pick any 5 games to go to attend today, attend today. I'll take them all today. This season, Utah Mammoth is going to be March 26th. That's a big one. Circle your calendars because the Washington Capitals will be in town. This will be Alexander Ovechkin's last appearance in Salt Lake. Last year he was here, scored 2 goals, busted his knee. I thought that was going to be one of our only chances to see him ever playing a regular season game in Utah. Not to be the case. He's going to play this season, lace him up for one more with the Capitals. It does feel like this is going to be his last year. I think the Capitals accidentally sent out an email saying this was going to be his last year. I believe his wife confirmed that. I was like, yeah, this is it. Then we're going back to Russia. So last chance to see the Great Eight, who became the NHL's all-time scoring champion last season, surpassing Wayne Gretzky's mark. The guy's going to have over 900 goals in the NHL by the time he hangs them up. So that's going to be a good one. That's one you won't want to miss. That's number 4. Number 5 on the last on our list of games you've got to see this season. If you can only go to 5, is the last game of the season, April 16th. It's a grudge match. St. Louis Blues, those guys who won 13 straight games to wiggle their way into the postseason last year. Kind of Utah was a little bit further out than just the doing of the Blues, but didn't help Utah's chances at all. And if we believe that the Utah Mammoth are a team that are going to compete for a spot in the Stanley Cup playoffs, these games down the stretch are going to be big. And luckily, they're playing a very backloaded home schedule, right? So not too many games at home to start the year. Thank you, Benson Boone. A lot more games at home to finish the season, including the month of April. They'll be playing 5 of their last 8 at home, and I think they're playing 10 of their last 13 at the DC, at the Delta Center. So that's one we won't want to miss. I am excited. We're getting closer and closer, guys, to the end of September for Utah Mammoth hockey season. Mammoth Week is coming up, put on by the Utah Mammoth Youth Program with fun activations all around the state. I'll be participating in a couple of those. So if you see me, come say hi. And don't forget, guys, we got a lot of great stuff still in the works. Thanks for trucking with me through the dog days of summer. I know it's a malaise. My Sammy's sitting over here. She's falling asleep, for crying out loud. She wants hockey here. My nephew Kevin feels the same way. He's staring at me blankly. We'll get through it, guys. We're almost there. Stick with it. Mark your calendars. Let me know which games you're looking forward to on the Utah Mammoth's home schedule. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Follow me at SLC Puck. New Discord server. Make sure you check that out as well. And Big Tusk Energy. Thank you, John Oliver. Go get some merch. BigTuskEnergy.com. And we'll talk soon. Thanks, guys.